Badly designed business processes are counterproductive and even frustrating. For example, enrolling for a program with the self-service for student system. It is well known that poor quality of process model can cause poor quality software requirement resulting in a poor information system. Many companies develop hundred or even huge number of business process models that represent the complex system to collaborate entity that form organizations. Planning and breaking down the structure of the system of business process model appear new challenge which is secured by the field of business process architecture. BPMN does not prevent us to design bad process models including synthetical, semantic and pragmatically errors. Hello, my name is Hamad Ali and in this video I will explain most common mistake and design alternatives in BPMN. Most of them which I present are wrong uses of BPMN connecting object. Firstly, I discuss what is the business process model notation and then common mistake and design alternatives. Business process model annotation is a graphical representation for specifying business processes in a business process model. Business process modeling is becoming increasingly important activity in all type of organizations, especially as a part of larger initiatives business process management. One of the main purpose of the process modeling is to ensure at least repeatability of organization processes. It can be extremely useful as a part of software development cycle, especially in early phase of software development project where behavior of target domain analyzed and requirements are being gathered. BPMN models are expressed by simple diagram constructed from a limited set of graphical elements for both business users and developers. They simplify understanding of business activities, flow and processes. BPMN four basic element categories are: first one is flow objects having elements, activities, gateways. Second one is connecting object having sequence flow, message flow, association. And third one is swim lanes having pool lane. Fourth one is artifacts having data object, group, annotation. These four categories enable creation of simple business process diagram. Now our main part is common mistake and design alternatives. Improper use of BPMN syntax tools and general modeling principle can cause low process modeling performance in the sense of correctness. Most common mistakes are missing sequence flow. When modeling multiple pools, a common mistake is when activities in a pool are not connected to sequence flow. Reason for this mistake is that a modeler may treat multiple pools as a single process and incorrectly interpret message flow as way of indicating a sequence of activities. This kind of process model is not valid because the sequence of activity defined. This is synthetical error and pragmatic error. Solution is the modeler should always model and validate individual pool and bear in mind that a pool cannot contain more than one process. This means that all the flow elements in a pool should be connected using a sequence flow as defined in figure. Another common mistakes are process does not contain a start event. According to BPMN specification, start event is optional. Its usage is recommended especially for complex process where it is difficult to localize process start. Like if the starting event is missing, most probably in an organization, it will be unclear when or where to start performing the process. It could happen that the process is not performed at all. This is a pragmatic error according to BPMN specification. Solution is the start event should be added figure 2 to make the understanding of the process model easier. If the necessary, a combination of routing elements should be added also. If the pool contains sequential and simple process, then the start event is not needed. Process does not contain end events. It is not clear when the process ends if the process does not contain end event. For example, in figure 1, task B and task C are finished. Does the process end? The answer is probably but not necessary. Like process performance, work may stall because they did not know how to react when tasks B and C are finished. Other dependent processes may be delay also. This is a pragmatic error because it is not clear when the process in pool A ends. Solution of this mistake is process end should be explicitly modeled to be specified when the process ends. For example, whole process in figure 2 end when the task C is finished. C terminate event. Sequence flow crosses pool boundary. Improper use of flow object often occur in combination. Interaction between pools should be designed using message flow only. Like the process performer from the pool A may think that passing the control to the organization B, no action is needed. For example, sending document, email, contracts, and so on. This situation can cause the task F is not performed at all. This is a syntax error according to BPMN specification. Solution: the message flow should be used instead of sequence flow. Gateway receive, evaluate, or send a message. A common mistake when using gateway is that a gateway receives or sends a message. The most common cause for this type of error is that it is wrongly assumed that the incoming message influences the decision of that a gateway alternative or output can directly result in a message flow. However, a gateway cannot produce, receive, or evaluate data, which is also evident from BPMN message flow rules. A similar mistake appears when association flow are used. Like process performance may think that message can trigger the decision or can be result of the decision, which is wrong. Direct impact could be unwanted waited for the message before the decision is taken during the process execution. This is a synthetical error and semantic error. Solution: new activity should be included in the model which receive, evaluate, or produce message. Each lane in the pool contains start event. All through this situation is allowed according to BPN, but it can cause a lot of ambiguity when reading the process model. Like process performer may think the process in the organization are independent, which may not be true. The process can also be started at the wrong time. This is a pragmatic error. To resolve this issue, the process include only one start event and sequence the activities. Incorrect use of time events. Intermediate time events have two basic purposes: acting as a delay mechanism which use between sequence flow and acting as an exception during when attached to the boundary of task or sub-process. These two processes are often interchanged. Like process performance may interrupt the execution of the activity at the wrong time, or the execution of the next activity may be delayed. This is a pragmatic error. Sequence and message event represent data flow similar to time event. Intermediate message event are used as delay and synchronization mechanism. When an intermediate message event is placed within a sequence flow, it will continue when a message explicit or implicit arrives from a participant and trigger the event. Like in the organization, if process performer follow wrong process model, the execution of some activities may be delayed and document which should flow between the activities may not be created at all. This is a semantic error. Solution of this mistake is instead of choosing intermediate message event, the document or data flow are presenting below should be used. Starting timer placed instead of intermediate timer. This is a small but very frequent mistake using starting timer instead of intermediate one. Time events are often misused because of inner circle which represent the clock symbol. This is a synthetic error. Solution of this mistake is start timer should be replaced with intermediate timer event.